So usually I put a spoiler alert on my movie reviews because I completely ruin the plot for people. But for this one, it's okay. I'm not really talking about the plot because the movie trailer for BlacKkKlansman specifically says, hey, we're putting a mole in the Ku Klux Klan. So I'm not ruining anything, and really I'm just here to talk about a couple small things about the movie that I noticed. First of all, I was a little nervous watching this movie because I almost walked out of Hidden Figures because I couldn't handle the racism. It was pissing me off and making me so mad that I almost walked out. So thank you, Spike Lee, for creating such characters with such fun personalities that they literally carried the plot and kept the movie really lighthearted throughout. Everyone in the theater was dead silent. Their eyes were glued to the screen. No one was talking. Everyone was just hanging on every word. The movie totally held our interest. It was really interesting. We had no idea where it was headed. And I guess one of the craziest parts about watching this movie is that you're watching a bunch of actors act in a movie, and on top of acting, they have to act. So these characters are infiltrating the Ku Klux Klan, so they have to act a certain way. And these Ku Klux Klan members are just jabbing them with these insults and, comments that just a knife to the heart or a kick to the crotch. And these characters are forced to just act natural. And I thought that was such an interesting thing to watch. Acting on top of acting. It was just smooth as silk. But just like I said, just a very interesting dynamic to watch. So again, thank you, Spike Lee. It was a good movie. I totally recommend it. It's just different. It's different. I see a lot of movies and I thought this one was really different. So thank you. I also thought I should make a YouTube video about it because at the end, Spike Lee added some footage from the Charlottesville rally. And I previously made a video called Charlottesville Rally, Who's Right? So I'll include a link to that in the description box below this one. But I did comment on the Charlottesville rally, and since this movie was related to that, I thought I should make another video just as a follow-up to that one, just commenting. One of the things that bothered me was getting kind of a refresher on the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan is a white supremacist, white nationalist, anti-immigration. They're known for opposing the civil rights movement. Their goal is to purify American society through violence and murder. They're a hate group. They're a hate group. And one of the things that, of course, I was reminded of was them being convinced that they were doing God's work on earth. In one of the scenes in the movie, they are blessing all the members with holy water and saying, "You are now baptized in light." And I sat there and I was like, no, you are doing the opposite. You're working for the dark. You're not doing God's work on earth. You're not purifying American society. You're aligning yourself with falsities by thinking one race is superior to another race. And just even by thinking skin color matters at all, it doesn't. We are all God's children. We are all created equal in the eyes of God. So white supremacy has absolutely nothing to do with God, the angelic realm. None of it. So if you're a Ku Klux Klan member and you're aligning yourself with falsities and you're working for the dark, then that's what you attract onto your path via the law of attraction. Car accidents, disease, everything. Misery. So you become an energetic match for bad things. And on top of that, you are supposed to develop your intuition. Because if I'm a member of the Ku Klux Klan and I'm beating somebody up, my gut is going to be bothering me the entire time because my soul is going to be saying, "Christine, you idiot. Why are you beating that person up, you dummy? Oh my gosh, you're so stupid. Great. Now I as a soul have to deal with what you just did." Because what did I as a soul just do after I beat that person up? I waved my hands around in the air and I said, Hey God, I have lessons to learn. I have lessons to learn about equality, treating people with respect, not abusing my power, not having a big ego, thinking I'm above other people, and not being angry and hateful. And those lessons are very, very hard learned. As someone who works with the light for a living, Christine Pavlina, that is literally the last thing I would ever want to do, ever, is wave my arms around to the divine and say I have lessons to learn, because those lessons are hard learned. It's karma. It's what goes around comes around. So it's not like I can just be sat down in a classroom and just explain to you, okay, well, let's just talk to you about what you did wrong, Christine, and then we'll just send you on your merry way, and that's it. No, that's not it. Because the universe has to show me what I did. And how do they do that? They place me in that person's shoes. So maybe I get beaten up. Or maybe in my next lifetime, I'm forced to set my ego aside in some way. Maybe I'm, severely, ill in my next life, and I'm forced to deal with that and being different from other people. And my ego is just obliterated from that. I'm learning lessons. I'm growing as a soul. See how that works? So, the Ku Klux Klan is known for burning crosses, praying, singing hymns, honoring the Bible, etc. So they bring the divine into what they're doing, but the divine has absolutely nothing to do with what they're doing, and they're working for the dark. So because God lives in the light and the dark opposes the light, God isn't holding your hand. You oppose God, you go up against God, you battle him. So your free will put you there because you have free will. You're able to do whatever you want to do, but we command universal energies via our free will decisions. So if you're a member of the Ku Klux Klan, you are commanding universal energies with your actions, thoughts, ideas, words, hate speech. You are creating your own reality. So everything that you put out there is going to come right back to you. So I just wanted to make that clear. Again, we're all being encouraged to develop our intuitions just so that we can know right from wrong. And, to some people, it's like, okay, maybe this is a no-brainer. It's like, well, Christine, I just know not to beat people up, because of their race. It's like, well, I understand to some people that's a no-brainer. To others, it's not. They genuinely think they're, like, purifying America when they're not. And that's where the gut comes in. That's where your gut gets really tight. You feel nauseous. You just feel in your physical body that you're doing something wrong. But then, let's face it. If you're a member of the Ku Klux Klan and you truly believe that you're doing God's work on earth, and you truly believe that you're coming from a good place, and you're proud of that, then you wouldn't be wearing a hood.